There we are. That's our mahia, te mahia, te mahi. And, you know, while we work, we have so many massive kōrero issues, you know, kōrero around our whenua, around fertility, around our Māoritanga, and how much beauty and how much there is handed down to us through our tupuna. Let alone just being in the ngāhere, so many manu come and visit us. So really, you know, noticing the different tohu that pop up throughout the year. So really learning what it means to be in relation with whenua and soil. To the right there, you'll see kōrero doing a soil test, because on school ground, like many kura, I assume, they've been sprayed and weed sprayed, so we wanted to do that to make sure there is no nasties, as there's been lots of that around our whenua. Other urban gardens that I've worked with have had serious soil contamination issues, and so I would say it's actually, and it's come up in that hui of our growers in Te Aotearoa. This was a massive concern for us as urban Māori. You know, I think we're very much closer in contact to those toxins that council think are okay to be spraying, and that's why we are wanting to grow our own kōwhitikiti watercress in awa that we know are safe to harvest from. So that's us just cleaning up that stream and replanting some cuttings that we took from further up in another patch. So that little stream is right next to where we have our garden. That photo there to the left, you'll see the stream backs up on those hills in the far left. We've also been, like I said earlier, suppressing grass and utilising a no-till method, as that's I'm really passionate about regenerative practices and practices that are carbon negative. So the less we disturb our soil, the more we can retain carbon within our soil. These are some of our whānau which have come out of kōrero while we're doing the mahi, but also some intentional Wānanga, like I said earlier, to create opportunities for rangatahi to connect, and not just in a practical sense, but also in a spiritual sense, you know, to understand that we are an intimate part of our taiao, and as we nurture the love and affinity within rangatahi, I think the more I hope that they go out and they understand how our actions impact Papa Tūānuku, especially in the coming year. It's a really crucial thing to ignite within our rangatahi. Ai ki te whakapikitia te Māori a hine ahu one as a response to the climate crisis through utilising regenerative practices that build soil, and planting in maximum biodiversity, and of course, you know, teaching them how to seed save and to know the whakapapa of our kākano, all that good stuff, to uplift the matauranga of our tupuna, and that happens quite naturally when we're having conversations about how we grow a certain crop, or through very much beginning to te pātau in maara. And so the ahi kā class that spends time with us, they are most of those tauira. There's maybe 15 that are closely involved, but of course has gone out to the Waitakura as well. They were the Te Reo Māori class, and my matua, Simon Hideni was the Te Reo Māori kaiako, was now taken on a pūtaiao role, and this was all supported by the principal of the kura. So it is through having been in conversations that this project has kind of been given the green light for us to plant, to pass on basic cultivation and kai gathering skills as a normal part of everyday life. You know, I think one of the first Tuesdays I went to spend time with these rangatahi, I asked who has a nanny or a koro and an auntie who grow and who spent time in these spaces. And there was a couple, but there's also many that don't. When you are, third, fourth, fifth generation of the Māori, where is there the space? So, to restore the ngāhere, the wai and the wairiko, and lots of conversations about wishing that we had freedom to harvest watercress. Watercress seems to be something there that they all still enjoy or know to love and eat quite regularly in kaina, so that's cool. That's that. Kia whakatōmuri te haere whakamua, so very much always giving credit to and acknowledging that this mahi is in our bones. This is not about relearning science heavy jargon. This is about simple practices that are new from a very young age, or even our nannies not that long ago. And there are so many Māori initiatives around the motu and Aotearoa that know how to feed people and make that their priority, like kōkiri marae, like orongo mai marae, like kākono o te aroha. But the sad thing is those spaces in Te Aotearoa that I know of are massively underfunded for the amazing work that they do. So through our collective, we're trying to connect and find ways to tautoko one another. One last beautiful thing I want to speak on is our seasonal seedling distribution with Jess and Joe at Papawhakaritorito Trust, which is something we're hoping to kick off Te Raraumati or spring. Really simple. Through my work in Parakuri, I'm connected to a couple other growing spaces. There's some kaina flats, there's some kaina ora flats, and that's my beautiful Auntie Trish harvesting her silver beets and tomatoes. So just dropping off seasonal boxes, different combinations of companion planting to feed the whānau. Really simple, Itiwi, what we're doing, really, really simple, but also keeping in mind that wider geopolitical reasoning of why we're doing what we're doing. So just snuck in this quote that kind of hits that nail on the head. Rua Parakuri is about reigniting the ways of our tupuna and coming to understand the land again as a complex, interconnected system where corporate, profit and monopoly-driven agriculture are not privileged over ecological and spiritual balance. And through understanding our whakapapa and understanding our teina to all living things within Ngāi Tūhoe is when we can reinsert ourselves into that balance and to help re-establish that balance. One more whakaaro. I heard Jess talking earlier about having 8 large huapara kore farms across the motu. And I just tautoko that so much, and I just think, gee, wouldn't it be cool if in 5 years' time or so we will have nurtured enough rangatahi to become those growers. That's my aspiration. Tēnei te mihi kia tātou, kia koe Jess for allowing me to speak, and kia hoki Pania e te rangatira mō tō whawhai, mō te mana mō te hake o tō whenua, because that's what this is all about.